Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be showing off an FTK, a first turn kill loop with Yowie. That is the actual pronunciation of this card. Don't look it up with spelling with an A, though. You'll get completely different things, Kappa. But anyways, this is the new card that has the effect of Yada Garasu, which is a heavy nerfed version of it. It is a one-time per duel, but if you're FTKing, it doesn't matter that you only get it once, right? I mean, we all know in Yu-Gi-Oh, you a lot of times don't ever get a turn to play because your opponent negates every single thing. But this one is going to be a hand loop, so your opponent loses all of their cards, and then they don't get to draw. They never get to draw, with the exception of Dark World Dealings, which is your draw power card. So unless they're playing a certain deck that can set up for cards in the graveyard, it's pretty much a done. So here's an important part of the combo: Sylvan Charity and Rev Panel. So unless your opponent happens to be having Sylvans that they can reveal, they're just going to lose their entire hand and it just goes right back into the deck. Rev Panel giving that effect to your opponent. And then with Yowie, your opponent never gets to draw. Then you flip up the Scapegoat, and with no monsters left on the field, that's going to be game over. You can just go ahead and start link summoning, because remember, you're doing this on their turn. So on your following turn, which would be turn 3 of the duel, it's technically still an FTK because your opponent never gets a turn because they never get to do anything. They just lose. That's the point of, you know, any sort of FTK in Yu-Gi-Oh, where again, it's still basically your first turn because your opponent doesn't get a turn. So it's really nasty, but that was opening up with it. And you might be wondering, okay, well, like, what do you do if you just don't open up with Yowie, right? Well, the deck is heavily based around draw power, and you will see the draw power that this deck has. Now, just as a heads up for any of you guys that are thinking, oh, this is some super consistent deck that's going to destroy the meta, the thing is that we have as much draw power as we really can kind of slam into this deck. But on top of that, remember that your opponent might have some hand traps. They can have cards that prevent you from searching, like Droll. There's a lot of other cards in Yu-Gi-Oh that can prevent these things from happening. So if you're a competitive player, I don't think I would be worrying about this too much. It's more so the proof of concept that you can pull off an FTK and showing off the ways that we can use Yowie, because are you really going to be playing triple of these in a deck? And, you know, I don't know what deck would make really great use out of it. Yeah, you can make your opponent go -1, but there's plenty of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that can make your opponent like go -1. It's just that it's a cool idea more than anything over here. So pretty much what we're seeing is just the idea of pulling off the FTK with this card. But you guys are going to see lots of draw power in the deck for sure. So it's not like it's super impossible to pull off. It's just not going to be something that against meta decks that would have some, you know, forms of disruption that, you know, you will be able to have to worry about like matching up against this. Like, you know, Monarch FTK was quite popular for a while, but it's basically the same concept over here. Go right into a bunch of link plays, you go into link Haribos, and then the bumper, technically it does have the effect where your opponent can't target any of them with card effects if it's co-linked, and then one of them gets to attack an additional attack on a link monster. Not that that's probably going to be relevant, other than your opponent maybe making a play with something out of the grave. If they happen to make like a link Kariba, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's not going to be another link monster attack because it's going to go away in the first place. But pretty much you just lock them out. Now, if you guys want the deck profile, I'll give it to you guys really quick over here. But big shout-outs to Iza for hooking me up with the deck profile as well as the gameplay over here, because I like creativity in Yu-Gi-Oh more than anything. And when there's a new card, people want to see it in action. So here it is for you guys. And I'll link them down below. Definitely give them a follow, guys. Another fellow content creator that just creates cool stuff, and I like unique things in the game. So anyways, here's the deck. So we got the Toon Dark Magician and Apprentice Illusion. This is obviously for the Toon Table Contents to cycle through your cards. Then of course we got 1 copy of the Yowie, 3 copies of the Magician's Souls, 3 Allures, then we have the Perform Pal Popper Up, another draw power, then we have Pantheism of the Monarchs, just again another draw power card. Then we have the Spell of Knowledge, obviously works well because you can play some spellcasters here. Then we have One Day at Peace, then we got Foolish Burial Goods, then we got Upstart, we have 3 copies of the Golden Bamboo Sword, 3 copies of Dark World Dealings, then 1 copy of the Sylvan Charity, then Spellbook of Secrets, and then 3 Toon Table, then Into the Void. Then we have 3 copies of Frostblast of the Monarchs, which is just another Monarch card, but has an effect. If you happen to control that monster, you can actually have that effect to pop a back row, but pretty much like a go-to. If it's an FTK deck, you need to be going first, right? So don't worry about that. Scapegoat is a one-off, but you need it. Temple of the Kings, you need it. Contract with the Dawn is just another like draw power card. Then we have the Broken Bamboo Sword and the Cursed Bamboo Sword, and lastly the Ref Panel. For the extra deck, the only real important things you guys saw in the duel over here, but you know, might as well put in the extract just in case you need to make some of these things. But the important cards would be, of course, like the Link Bumper, the Flame Administration, and then we have Secure Gardener, and then all the Link Haribos. But the important part for the combo is basically these set of cards. The rest are just to facilitate getting to the point of getting the combo over here, the Sylvan. So like basically Ref Panel and this remove all of the cards, this removes the last one, and this facilitates your OTK. The rest is just for draw power. But if you guys want any to give any suggestions for the deck profile for the Yowie over here, FTK, definitely let me know in the comment section below, as it's relatively new, so a lot of people are trying to figure out different ways to utilize it, and someone figured out FTK, so big shouts once again to Azneyes for hooking me up with this, and I'll leave him down below. Guys, go follow him if you would like to. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and if you guys are new here and do want to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, make sure you guys subscribe with the bell notification on for more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh videos like the Yowie FTKs. And I'll catch you in the next video, and I'm out. Peace!